I had a call. I had a call with an applicant yesterday, and he's not basically doing the program or wanting to do the program because he's into the IT space, but because of the knowledge base. So working professionals in diverse fields is advised to also take this program and have the edge when you are. I'm a product manager with a knowledge of cybersecurity. Is an edge for you. I'm a software developer with skills in cybersecurity. Is an edge for you doing your work and your job in real life. So the duration of the boot camp is 5 weeks. The duration of this bootcamp is 5 weeks, meaning we have 5 live classes till the end of the bootcamp. It's going to be happening every Saturday. Just by some minutes before the class, you get the link to the class to your emails. That's for those who have registered. For those who have not yet registered, you only have today to join us for the class. Someone say he has not gotten the link. No link in my
Yes,
email.
I saw that.
Yeah, let me send him. Just a minute. Let me patch him in. Probably the mail he used to register is not the mail he has on the profile, because I have to go to your platform, the profile, and send the emails from there. But it's all right. I'll send him mail. I'll push it to him now. Sent. He's in the group, so he could just click on it and join. Okay. Like I said, it's a 5 week class, 5 week program. Every Saturday we have our live classes. Now, the live classes are majorly for going through topics for the first time, treating the ones that was any issues that came up from the past classes, and interacting with each other, exchanging vital knowledge. Cybersecurity, the truth of the matter is, cybersecurity is a program or a career where 90% of your success depends solely on you. You take what is being given to you, then you make it into what it is, what you want it to be. There are people that will pay $1,000 or $3,000 for a cybersecurity program, and at the end, they would not still be better off than someone who did some little classes. So it's all about how hungry are you to, get your program or yourself started for the program. The best we can do is just give you the guidelines, teach you the basics, point you to the right materials, give you the assistance you need, and you'll be on your way. Okay. So what are the learning goals in this bootcamp? First of all, you're going to have the foundational knowledge of cybersecurity. You're going to gain essential knowledge of cybersecurity concepts, including knowing what threats, vulnerabilities, and defense mechanisms out there are. And you're going to deepen your knowledge with security operations centers. Okay, now this program is like a foundation. After this program, you should be able to decide whether you want to be on the blue team or on the red team. The blue team are defense, they are on the defense, while the red team are on the offense. Now, offense does not literally mean going to crack up people's stuff and steal and do the bad stuff. No, offense in this in educational and ethical way is having the knowledge of how vulnerabilities are bypassed in systems, how to make systems become better, how to close up the loopholes that threat actors, we call the bad guys the threat actors because they are a threat to the system. So when you're in the offense team, you're going to learn how to secure systems. When you're in the defense team, you're going to learn how to defend against issues when they come. So During the introduction to Security Operations Center, you're going to understand the role of a SOC, or someone who call a SOC analyst, and how SOC operates and is important in safeguarding organizations. Then towards the ending of the program, around the 5th week, you're going to have a hands-on penetration testing with Bob Suite. It's going to be on one of the vulnerabilities of web applications. So you're going to learn how to conduct basic penetration tests on OWASP Juice Shop. OWASP Juice Shop is like a system that was built with vulnerabilities. It was built with loopholes intentionally. So you're going to learn how to take advantage of the loopholes that exist in systems to, cause or make some penetrations, look around, see what is obtainable. Now, when you do that, you already know, okay, this is how this thing is. This is how the crack in this house is. Then you will have a better understanding of how to close it up or how to prevent people from taking advantage of it when you're working in your own system or when you're working in organization. So that's going to happen in the 5th week towards your ending. And also, you're going to be exploring hands-on cybersecurity platforms that will help you to, push your journey further, even after this program. You'll be introduced to interactive learning platforms like Try Hack Me and Hack the Boss, whichever one you prefer. Then you are going to be practicing real world cybersecurity techniques. So you want to learn some hacking, some defense stuff. Those platforms already have systems in place where you enroll with them. It's free. Enrolling is free. But as your knowledge is increasing and you want to do more stuff, you're paying a little fees. So the systems are not affiliated with us. They are out there in the society. Almost everybody who is in the system knows about that. So we'll direct you on how best to use them and how to be focused, because most of the times what happens with this program is that just because knowledge is there, the knowledge is in mass, people tend to lose focus of the direction where they are going to, which is exactly what we are trying to help people to get their direction and their focus fixed. Okay. And for you personally that is in the program, what are you going home with after the skills and your training and the knowledge you're going to get within these 5 weeks? In addition, you're going to have certificates for the bootcamp completion from the platform. You're going to get a certificate for completing the program. And secondly, which is one of the most important, is your first internationally recognized cybersecurity certification, which is from the ISC2 company. So it is their certified in cybersecurity exam. Now, I tend to elaborate on this particular part very well, because I too, when I went through it, if not that God helped me, I was able to pass some level. This exam is simple. The program is simple, but the exam is very, very dicey. The fact that it is not a Nigerian exam, it's not a state exam, it's an international exam, even makes it much more appreciated. So during your 5th week, you should be able to sit for this exam. You already have, because you're going to go through the program also in this bootcamp, so that you'll be ready to take this exam. There are 3 exams that are ahead. The first one, where you're entering the ISC2 stage, is a mini mock, like to gauge your, what's it called? To gauge your knowledge, to see how good you are, how the little things you've already known in cybersecurity, to get your knowledge base before the program. Then you start the training. Then after the training, there is a mock exam following it. Now, the mock exam is, I think, 700 questions or thereabouts, but I think it's less or so. Okay, I think it's the external exam that is around that much, but the exam also is there. You take that exam to pass the in-house, the mock of ISC2. Once you've passed, you will be given scholarship, one sitting scholarship or one sitting voucher to sit for the international exam. You will be given, once you pass that one, you will be given a voucher card, which you're going to use to pay or register for the exam. And with that voucher card, your checkout will be 0.00. So the voucher is like we are paying for passing that exam, you're given a free slot to sit for the exam one time. So if you pass, fantastic, good and fine, you get your certificate. If you fail, you have to resit. When you're receipting, then you will know the cost of the exam and the practice that you've gone through. Yeah. For those who have tried to receipt in, the cost is around $299 as of last 4 months. I can't remember. $299. So you can imagine the honor or whatever it is that's been given to you, conferred on you to sit for the exam for the first time free. So that's why you need to take the program serious. It's not about the 9,000 naira on the fee, but it's about what the program offers you. You have to take it very, very seriously. And the exam is not in your house. This external exam, every other exam, you can take it remotely from your laptop, in your home, in your office, wherever you are. But the external exam is at a location selected by the ISC2 international community. And how are they going to know that location? By the details you are using to register for this exam. When you are registering for the exam, ensure you have to be very, very careful when registration time comes in. Ensure that you register with accurate details, because your location and your the place where you are currently will be used to select the nearest CBT center that is accredited with them, with the international community, for you to write the exam. So, for example, I stay in Lekki, Ajah, and I used Lekki, Ajah, which is my address, to register. So they're going to give me a location that is within Lekki to go and write the exam. I'll select the time, I'll select the week and day. On that day, you show up with your valid ID card, and I think valid ID card and your passport, and also a second ID card, probably your driving license if you have driving. When I went, I didn't go with my driving license. I went with my ATM card. So it serves as two-factor authentication to tell them that this person is really who he said he is. So you go prepared with the necessary documentations, and they will also send you a mail prior to the days of the exam to let you know the things to bring and how early you should come for the exam. So that's it on the certificates on the program. Then you also have access to follow-up support. For some of you who have already enrolled for the program, registered, you're already in the WhatsApp group. That WhatsApp group is going to be there for a long time. When you graduate, when you're done with the 5 weeks bootcamp, you're going to be moved into, you'll be given access. You will not be moved out of the group, but you'll be given access to a more general platform for guys who have gone ahead, who are just there, as a community to support each other. You have access to that group too. Then some training resources, etc., that they're made available for you. So if anyone is still here that is still not registered for the program, it would be wise that you do yourself a good and register for the program immediately after the class, so that you will follow up with the training suit. So officially, welcome to Cybersecurity Bootcamp Week 1. I am Brian, and I'm your lead instructor. So we're going to give a minute for anyone who has something to say, anyone who has a question or who has anything to be clarified about for the things we've already said now. Thank you. The floor is open. If you have anything to say, kindly say. If you're okay, you let me know so we could move ahead. I'm okay. Jerry Akiri said he's okay with everything. Okay. If no other one has anything to say, we will continue the class. So please also remember that we have a break, a 5 minutes to 10 minutes break, during which you're expected to use the second link that was shared. I shared with you guys 2 links. Once we have the break, use the second link to log in right away. Okay. I hope that is gotten. Please, I need to hear your voice to know that we are in one accord.
Yes, that's
Yes, it's gotten.
Okay.
It's gotten.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's race against time. So the contents we already talked about that we're going to be talking about: introduction to cybersecurity, introduction to SOC, to jobs, and the fields. Then also the SOC video and class training. So first of all, introduction to cybersecurity. What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity refers to the practical or the practice of protecting systems. That's just in a layman's understanding. Protecting systems, networks, and even programs from digital attacks. Everything being built out there is prone for attack. So the process of protecting it is cybersecurity. Because why is it cybersecurity? It is in the cyberspace and there's security involved in it. So these attacks are usually aimed at assessing, changing, or destroying sensitive information. Most times extorting money from users or interrupting normal business processes. So these are the major aims of the people who attack systems. They either want to destroy sensitive information, they either want to change it, or extort money from users, or interrupt normal business processes. So in today's interconnected world, cybersecurity is critical to ensuring the safety and security of our digital lives. So further down, you're going to see how cybersecurity intersects with every other technology that is being built in the system and used today. You will also see how it even interacts with every other career out there. So why cybersecurity? Someone might say, why does cybersecurity matter? Protection of data. Cybersecurity ensures that sensitive information remains confidential and is not accessed by unauthorized individuals. The reason why you put lock on your phone is for your phone to be confidential. You don't have to allow anybody or anyhow person to have access to your phone. Now, the first reason why cybersecurity is important is for protection of data.
Sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Let me some right. So I actually want to ask that how do we indicate if we want to ask questions or make comments? And then will you like that as you talk, we could throw in some questions from time to time?
Yes,
or will
yes.
you prefer?
Yes. The class is meant to be interactive. Yeah. You just
All right,
let
great.
me know. Yeah.
All
Or
right. So
also
what
if
I
you
want to ask
feel
is that,
okay, sorry. Or if you also feel comfortable writing it on the chat, once there is a message on the chat, I think I'll be able to see it also.
all right, fine. So what I want to ask is, are we getting notes or something to read after this? Because I see what you are saying is not typed here. You were just talking to
Yes.
it.
Yes. You have to take notes if you wish to take notes,
Okay.
but there is a program. There is when the work for the week involves you. There's a material given out for the work for the week. So in those
Oh, okay.
materials, you will have some informations there too. So what I'm trying to share is basic knowledge which should be able to grasp. If you want to take notes, you take notes on them. And the class is also recorded, like I said earlier.
Okay. But then do we also get this presentation? Like are we going to get the presentation?
If you wish for the presentation, you could always get it if you want it.
All right, fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. So why cybersecurity matters? First is protection of data. Then second is business continuity. Okay. Companies rely on cybersecurity to keep their operations running. Number one, it has to run smoothly. Number two, it also has to be preventing costly downtimes due to cyber attacks. Most times when an attack happens, it slows down business. Can you imagine what will happen when, let's say, MTN gets hacked or NTN systems get down? You find out that most people might not be able to carry out business in a day because they won't be able to use their SIM cards. So that is business continuity. If cybersecurity is in place, it will reduce or prevent that threat, that attack from happening. In other words, ensuring that business continuity is in place. Then, thirdly, which is national security, protecting critical infrastructure and national interests from cyber threats is a matter of national security. So, what you're learning, what you're driving in for is a collective effort, not just for yourself, but also for the nation as a whole. I am anticipating a place where in our community, some of us will be able to, get picked up to work with the governments in future times where the government will need cybersecurity experts and they will come to our community or we will be able to, recommend some of our experts to them. So it is a very, very interesting field to be with. Now, the core concept in cybersecurity is we call them CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now, in lay terms, confidentiality is ensuring that sensitive data is only accessible to those with the appropriate permission. If this document is confidential, we are going to make sure that okay, kindly mute yourself. Yeah. If this document is confidential, we are going to make sure that it remains confidential. If there is integrity in this party, if we have an integrity, if we have a document that holds an integrity within us, we have to make sure that that integrity stays intact. Then lastly, it is available whenever it's being needed. So these three are the three major core concepts in cybersecurity. Whatever it is you're doing in cybersecurity, these three things are what is on your mind to maintain confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Availability, ensuring that data and systems are available when needed. For example, using the contact system that are, for example, someone can have somebody that is running a hospital, for instance, will not just rely on NEPA lights when doing their operations. They will get a standby generator. Most times we've seen hospitals even rely on solar systems these days, which is more stable. You could actually say that your solar system will run 24 hours without breakdown than relying on NEPA. So when you're looking at security, you're also looking at availability, integrity, and confidentiality. The next is understanding threats and vulnerabilities. But before then, let me cite this last example on the core concepts in cybersecurity. Also remember, before I continue, that once we time out in the next 1 minute, we'll go for a coffee break. You use the second link to rejoin. I'll be waiting for you guys here. So consider a hospital's patient database. Yes. Confidentiality ensures that only doctors and authorized personnel can access patient records. That one is confidentiality. Integrity ensures that the data entered by the doctor isn't altered by any other person, whether accidentally or maliciously. That one is on integrity. Then availability means ensures that that database of the patient's record is accessible even during peak times or emergencies. So that is a layman's or a structural feature of how this confidentiality, integrity, and availability comes to play. Let us take our break now and come in with the second link. Oh, I just started it now. But Anybody that is in class now should be able to have gotten enough. Anyway, the last batch, their week 1 was also recorded in case if there's any information you missed. But I believe we've not done any um, thing that is confusing for you to have need for it. That's why it's a live class. You have to interact with it. But nothing has been spoiled yet. Let me pause a bit. If you have any question on what we've shared so far, or something that is, making sense to you, you want to connect it the more, kindly ask. Thank you for reminding me that I didn't include the recording. I just added it. So I see a message in the group. Okay, I've already responded to the message in the meeting. If you have any questions, if no questions, then let's move ahead. But I need to get your affirmations before we could move ahead. At least 1 or 2 persons can affirm. So
I'm
we'll
good,
move
sir.
ahead.
We're good. We're good.
Okay, okay, okay. So I was talking about the same guys, the same guys, the SOC guys, sorry, they have tools that they work with, tools and technologies they work with. So on the lighter level, I'll just let you know some of the tools. We have something called the SIM. The material I'm presenting from, I will share it to the group for those who are already registered, so they will get it and see most of the things I'm reading out from. So if you've not registered, it's still a good time after the class to do well and register, and also share the good news for people who are still in doubt. So some of the SOC tools and technologies are what we call SIM. SIM is spelled SIEM, and is a word, is like how do they put it? When is a representative word. For example, WHO means World Health Organization, right? So what do we call that? What do we?
Abbreviation.
Yes, it's an abbreviation.
Abbreviation.
Thank you very much. So SIEM, SIEM, is an abbreviation for Security, Information, and Event Management. Security, Information, and Event Management. So the SOC tools, number one of the SOC tools is called SIEM. And is a technology basically that provides real-time analysis, just like what I explained to you guys. So it provides real-time analysis of what is happening to the systems. It provides it immediately. It's happening. They are getting it as an instant. And it's generated and is used by the network hardwares and the applications. So we also have IDS. IDS means Intrusion Detection Systems. Intrusion means when something is trying to break force into a place. So we have an intrusion detection system and also intrusion prevention system. So when we go into this week, we're going to do more of SOC. We're going to do more of understanding what SOC is. So the class work for this week is on SOC, basically on SOC. So the material also will be shared in the
Sir,
WhatsApp
please,
group.
can you repeat that IDM like you said,
Okay,
please?
IDS,
IDS, okay.
intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention system. The material that is going to be used for this week's training we have is just SOC alone. So it's going to break down a lot about SOC, and it's very, very simple. It's from one of our partners too, an Indian guy. I found his program, his content very, very useful. So I adopted it to help the students understand what SOC and the properties of SOC is. So you're going to get it after the class for your week assignment and week learning. So we have talked about incident response process. We've just, touched it. Like I told you, this incident response is an organized strategic approach to detecting, managing cyber attacks in ways that minimize damage. When you see it, immediately you respond to it so that it will minimize damage. and recovery time also. Okay, let's move on to the next, which is legal, ethical, and regulatory considerations. Just to let us also know again, this bootcamp is purely meant to give you a background knowledge of what cybersecurity is all about, the main important core concepts around cybersecurity. By the time you are done with this bootcamp, you should be able to have enough knowledge to pursue a career in cybersecurity or even enroll as a SOC level 1 analyst for internship in any company. So cybersecurity laws and regulations, these are rules that govern how data should be protected, simply. So, for example, GDPR works in Europe, and they set standards for how companies handle personal data. GDPR, that's Europe's legal entity that sets standards on how companies handle personal data. Your assignment number 2 is which body in Nigeria sets the standards for how companies handle personal data? Which regulatory body sets those standards? Just like NAFDAC takes care of food and drugs. So which body in Nigeria sets the standard for how companies handle personal data? Okay, we are almost wrapping up on week 1's program. We've done really good. So
sorry, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, come again. Come, I'm listening.
Can I go with that question again?
Yeah, find out which regulatory body is in charge of regulating how, let me read it exactly how I put it. Which body in Nigeria sets the standards for how companies handle personal data? It's on Google, it's everywhere, but the reason why I want you to look for it is so you could read up anything that is around it. So when we come next week on the live class, you will share what you found and give us some of your own knowledge too. So coming to wrapping up of today's class, today's week program, the to-do list for what you're going to do this week, like I already said, is Security Operations Center, what's it called, class. And it is a short program. If you are fast enough, you can finish the training within 2-3 days, so you can have time for yourself to do some other things. So I'll be sharing it in the WhatsApp group. For those who are already enrolled, they will get it there in the WhatsApp group. And also, it is very, very important that you fasten up with any deliverable or assignments we give, because the faster you finish, the more we can achieve. For example, if by Wednesday this is finished, I can assign or book another class, live class for us within the week, for us to teach something that is not in the curriculum, but that will help you, is an added advantage for those who, if the class collectively does fast enough to beat time. But it's on personal levels anyway. So while we will leave the next 2-3 minutes for any questions, which from what you guys have already told me, nobody has any questions or doubts. But
please, I want to confirm on the first assignment you gave, because I could see that Ramat Road, should we just list the vulnerability or list and explain? Can you repeat the question for me, please?
Yeah, it's just list out 10 vulnerabilities and threats found in cybersecurity.
Okay, list out 10
vulnerabilities and threats found in cybersecurity. So when you go to look for the answers online, don't just look for the answers and copy it down. Read the citations or the materials that bring out the answers, okay? It will give you an added knowledge. So when we come next week class, you'll be able to share what you found out. So yeah, I am very, very much happy that you guys made it to first class. This week that we're entering is going to be a very wonderful one. The The manual for this week is...
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, Jerry.
Sorry. I that question he asked just now, the answer is not for you. It's actually for us to understand better. So I think it would be better we list and explain.
Yes. Okay. That's why I said both. When I replied to your message, I said both. You should list and explain them. Okay.
Explain. Okay.
Yeah. List and explain them so that you will know. And while you are reading the materials too online, you should be able to know. So when you now come to class, we'll have a chat discussion about them. And one of the vulnerabilities, we'll pick one of the vulnerabilities during our practical class on week 5, which is that penetration testing, SQL injection. We'll be doing an SQL injection, specifically error-based injection on how to penetrate on one of the vulnerabilities. So I believe we've done justice to introduction to cybersecurity. Now, when you see people jumping up and down talking about cybersecurity, the first question you should even ask is, which section are you? Are you in defense or are you in offense? Because it's not just enough to say cybersecurity, I'm in cybersecurity, I can hack, I can do. Which area are you? When you know which area you are, then you find out which playing field you are playing on. The person that is on the defense is on the right side, the person on the offense is on the other side. And they have different tools that they work with. For example, the person that is working on SOC as a SOC analyst has different tools that he uses to interact. The person that is doing penetration has tools that he interacts with. So it's not like someone that is in the university. Yes, we are all in the university, but we have different departments and schools inside the university. And knowledge, they say, is key to everything. So thank you very much, guys, for joining today's class. The recording session the link will be shared in the WhatsApp group for those who want to go through it again. And do well also to talk to people, let them know that something as good and cheap, I wouldn't want to say cheap, but valuable like this is ongoing and they could participate in it. So thank you very much, guys. And see
Thank you, sir.
See you in the WhatsApp group. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.